Here we go. And we back at it. We back at it again. We are live. We are doing what we do best, having an entertaining moment while qualifying. So I just got on. Sam is predicting a Red Bull lockout front row, I believe. I don't think that that's happening. I don't think the Red Bull is going to lock out the front row. But we are going to keep a nice track on Perez and Max. Because right now, at least to me, it seems that Perez is starting to emerge as probably Red Bull's world champion or Formula One's world champion, given he keeps his progress going. I'm pretty not surprised. I'm pretty pleased with seeing that Perez stepped up. Some of my concerns was that he wasn't. I'm doing good. How y'all doing? How are you all doing? Got some new things coming. Let me go ahead and show you a preview of the Baku, what we got going on right now. And I would like to know who you all are looking to do some unimaginable things. Right now, it seems like people are looking at Alpine, like Alpine might be doing something wonderful. I'm going to say Lando Norris may surprise front second row today. Oh, shit. We calling Lando out. We calling Lando out? We're going to have to see. We definitely going to have to see about that. So let's see. Let's see. I want to know this. Here's a question. First poll in the chat. Don't dance on it. Just vote on it. Don't dance on it. Just vote on it. Right there. What's going on, everybody? Let's have a good time and talk a little shit. You damn right. Here at Wolfpack Performance, that's what we can do, talk a little shit. Which, by the way, I'm going to address something later on, you know, about certain people, a group of people that like to definitely hit these quarterly keys. But, you know, when you call them out, they sure didn't step up. That's all I'm going to say. So, like, now, when I hear certain people talking shit, or really not even talking, commenting certain shit, I'm going to tell you that you lame as fuck. That's what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you that because I gave you an opportunity and you didn't step up and do anything. So that really tells me a lot about your character. It's kind of similar to the character of the driver that you support. But you're welcome to support him. It's just that now I know that you less than really worth, you know, shit that you talking and commenting on my page. But that's cool too. That's cool too. And we got all kinds of people in the world. All kinds of people. Okay, so we thinking Leclerc on pole. Perez is on the front row. I think Perez might get that front row. Definitely. Appreciate that, RacerX210. Like, share all the content if you hear. Qualifying is about to be underway. Teams are in the garages. Charles just walked in the garage. He's around the car. Now, we did have some things going on, and it was real eerie as how it is. Red Bull, again, having some, let's say some troublesomes with this rear wing, right? Failed a legality check. I don't know if they passed it as of yet. I'm just coming straight out of getting some work in. I just bought some new shoes and I was testing them out. I'm telling you, these shoes right here, ridiculous. If you ever get a chance to get you some of these shoes, you should definitely do it. Matter of fact, I double knot my shoes. Let me get one off. I'm going to tell you, like, these shoes feel awesome. If you ever get a chance to get some of these shoes are awesome. I mean, they feel awesome thus far. It's my first day really wearing them. I went and scooped them up. I'm not big on buying, like, spending $250 on Jordans and all that other stuff. Now, I might buy some designers like, you know, Coach, Louis Vuitton. But I got these, and these things feel great. So if you're a workout warrior or you do some training, definitely give them a look. Go try them on first, see what you think about them. But I definitely love them. Definitely worth the. These were only about $150, I think, $150, but definitely worth that. But on to some Formula One, not no fitness one. Who all thinks that there might be an incident to happen tomorrow? Because I do. I think that this might even be a long qualifying. I got to tie my shoe. I think that this qualifying might be one of our longer ones because I think we might have at least 3 red flags. And it's not so much the red flag that may come out. I think it's the amount of time it might take them to get the debris off of the track. And that is a beautiful shot right there, especially if they can see the track from there. I mean, the cars probably look small as hell, but that still is a beautiful shot. Somebody thinks I think Russell is going to get the 6th and Lewis 10th. I hate to say it, but that's the way it looks for me. First of all, don't hate to say shit. I'm going to take the time before we really get into this to kind of read some of these comments. Definitely, you already know, I've already announced that 3 people, 3 viewers, 3 Wolfpack family members, 3 subscribers that have done super chats and stickers are getting close to their VIP box gold points. So as soon as they get there, it is possible that I may be giving out 3 VIP boxes at the same time, which would be awesome for me. All right. So VIP box is coming with a load of stuff. Just my way of showing you all appreciation for being here at the channel, for supporting the channel, sharing, doing all that stuff. So they got a little bit ways to go, but they're just cresting over that halfway mark. So we'll see what happens. I'm not going to say who they are. I wait to announce that when they actually reach that. What are you drinking all this morning? This is what I'm drinking this morning. I'm drinking the healthy stuff. You know, I don't drink fruit juice. I make my fruit stuff. So I throw fruit and spinach and water in the blender with a little touch of cinnamon, get my little dose on. But tomorrow, if Mercedes gets a podium, I will be drinking this. I'll be drinking this on site. This is what we will have. And I will be drinking that. And for everybody who does a super chat with a champagne bottle in it, I will take an additional swig on top of the swigs that I'm going to take throughout the live stream. So you want to be here for finale lap tomorrow. Even if I'm not popping that bottle, be here because it is a great atmosphere. We have a damn good time, talk a good amount of shit, have some good debates, all of that stuff. Perez for pole. He's hungry to win now. I believe you are correct. I believe Perez is starting to get in his groove, getting more acclimated to the car. I think he's getting that competitive edge to him. I'm hoping that Perez might even be having the attitude of somebody to say, you know what? Fuck that. I deserve to be a champion. I don't give a damn what that contract might say, right? Because Perez's contract, we heard Perez mention some things about he may have signed too early. And with him saying that, we drink water right now. Okay, I got some water too. I keep the water on deck. And with Perez saying that, I don't know if Perez is specifically talking about maybe the contract might have outlined some things as if him not like a non-compete, like you can't compete with Max. You're here for support only. But I would like to see Perez stand up and definitely not disappoint me by saying, fuck that. I'm just saying, fuck that. If there's any opportunity, you're never going to be guaranteed a world championship unless you're Max, like they did in 2021. That was some 2020, that was some horrible shit that happened. But Perez, if this is your moment, bro, you better seize it. This might not come for you again. You better seize it, bro. I'm just saying, what is Red Bull going to do? Get rid of you? You think they're going to get rid of somebody who, I mean, this is also probably the best season where Red Bull will also be able to get the Constructors Championship and pair it with a Drivers Championship. All right. So there are some things that are kind of working in the mix with Red Bull that we'll definitely talk about. And so with Baku coming up, let's check out this Baku summary real quick. All right. You got C3, C4, soft, C5 compounds. Down there, you have your camber limits for the track. We will also talk about the 3 sectors. The turns that I like the most are in sector 2. There's your traction comparison, 5, braking 4, lateral 1, tire stress is medium. And then you have your track evaluation, evolution, which is 5, asphalt grip and asphalt abrasion and downforce is 1. Okay, so there have also been some teams that are making some changes. And one of those teams making changes to the car was Red Bull. Red Bull was making changes to the rear wing of Max Verstappen, I believe, and it didn't look like it was going so good. All right, you had sparks flying everywhere. Then they failed a check, a tolerance check, a standard check, a legality check, however you want to say it. They failed a check. I'm pretty sure they got that together. I'm hoping they got that together. I don't want, Red Bull to be minus a car. You still want a competitive environment, right? I still want every driver to have a competitive opportunity. We just don't want any scandals or shenanigans, and that's what we're definitely tired of. Another thing that we saw, Haas was making some changes. They went and slimmed and trimmed down their rear wing and also a little bit of their front wing. How much of a difference that's going to make, I don't know. Right now, I'm even questioning the fact if it was even worth it for Williams to go and try to do this weight reduction via removing paint off of the car. I don't think they're competitive enough that that really would have made a damn difference, right? But I think the car looks better that way. I also really was waiting for Mercedes to implement their WRS system because their car, their WR system is tight. And I have it right here in a smaller frame up here to my left-hand side. That is what the car is supposed to look like if Mercedes does the WRS, all right? If they ever do it. I don't know if they're going to do it, but I really would like them to do it because I think the car looks dope as shit. I think that's a dope scheme, like for real. I really do. Another car that I definitely like, Alfa Romeo came out with a nice ass design with that green. That green really made that car pop and come alive. Like that was a nice, that's a nice look. Let's see what you all think in this chat. 86% of the people said Red Bull will not have a front row lockout. Okay, so you all do not see that really happening. Okay, so let's we can live. And I'm gonna tell you all this. You know, I took some flowers to a grave site this morning. So I just want to tell you, not sharing all my particulars and personal business with that, but I want to just say this. If you're here today, you've been fortunate to have another day, and tomorrow is not promised. So live your life that in the event, unfortunate event, of course, that it expires, that people will remember you in a joyful way. I mean, we all know we can't please everybody. There's always somebody out there we don't agree with, but hopefully majority of what is remembered about you will be joyful, okay? Very long stint in my family from this month on with unfortunate things that happen to people in our family. And, you know, I will be doing things like I did this morning by taking flowers to different grave sites throughout that time. And it just really makes me reflect to say, people, just, you know, just enjoy your life, do the best you can, treat people the best you can, have a good time. Like I say, have fun to the max without the tax. All right. That's what I say since I've been in the military. Fun to the max without the tax. You get taxed, ain't no telling what the hell the tax is. It could be jail time, could be death, could be hell, anything. Just have fun, but don't risk your life. Don't risk anybody else's life, okay? So, yeah, that's what I want to say to you all, and I hope everybody's having a good and safe time. Oh, yeah, I get my fitness on. I do that. Just in case Haas calls me up. Haas might want to call Wolfpack up and say, yo, we need you to come drive this car. Bet, because I will probably wreck the first two cars, but I mean, they're used to that, right? I mean, Mick is tearing cars in half. So evidently that's not a big problem if you wreck cars at Haas, because if you don't wreck them, that's even better. I might even be able to be slower than Mick and not wreck a car. Haas might be like, yeah, we making progress. I'm just saying, just think about that. Wolfpack in a Haas car, an American driver, you know what I'm saying, in an American team on Formula One grid, it's going to be turned up. It's going to be turned up. I hope I would be able to get there before Lewis Hamilton, but I know that's probably never going to happen. It is never going to happen. Let's just say it like that. I'd have to go through Formula 4, Formula 3, Formula 2, but skip all the bullshit. Just put me straight on the grid. I'm like that. I'm about that shit. I'm here for all the smoke. So that's all I'm just saying. Yes, Richard, life is for living. Damn straight. Right now, championship driver points, Max 125, Charles 116, Perez 110. And honestly, if I went back to the American GP in Miami, had things not happen as they did with them holding Perez back, given they flopped, Perez would probably right now be tied with Leclerc for second, okay? 3 points behind Max, possibly, depending on how the point stance would have turned out. But right now, we know that Perez is definitely a contender. Somebody said that Perez is not, if Perez is not a contender, what the hell do you call him? He is not far off of being first, depending on how anything could turn out in any said race. Even today, if Perez had got first, oh, we got our first super chat. We got our first super chat, and it seems to be about Perez. Thank you, Racer X210. Let's see what he has to say first. Let me give you your props, your green fingers. Let's see what you had to say. And he says, If Perez takes pole, Red Bull better let the man run with it. Max being a champion shouldn't have a problem catching back up. Ooh, sauce is real. Sauce is real. That's a real fact. That's a real fact. And I want to ask you all this in the chat. I want to ask you this. Answer this question. Yes or no in the chat. Matter of fact, I tell you what, I will make it a poll. I'm finna put a poll up. Here we go. Poll in the chat. Don't dance on it. Just vote on it. That is a good super chat, and that is a very valid question. So I'm going to poll it in the chat and see what you all think about that. Will Red Bull let Perez compete equally? I want to know what you all think. Will they allow that? Will they let this man have his just due? Not Mountain Dew, his just due. That's what I would like to know. Because I am not very optimistic about that. I'm just going to be honest. I don't think that Red Bull sees that. But also, somebody brought up a very valid point in my spaces on Twitter. We held a spaces on Twitter, and I held that space because several delusional ass Max fans, not legitimate Max fans, not Max fans that think objectively, not Max fans that really support Max but can have a legitimate conversation. I'm talking about all you jackasses that get in there with delusional ass, lopsided ass statements. I invited you all to have the opportunity to just not be on your quarterly keyboard, to come and talk to me, talk your shit to me in a verbal space where I could respond and you could respond, and none of you showed up. None of you whack ass Max delusional fans showed up. None of you. And I said this, and I'm going to say it again. You remind me of another radical group that hide behind, I'm just saying, don't want to come out. You behind your keyboard commenting, but the moment I get, and this is the third time I've given you all the opportunity to come talk to me in a space where we can exchange verbal ideas and conversation, and you don't show up. And I know why you don't show up. You don't show up because you share the same characteristics of the driver that you support, which is lack ass and whack as hell. You whack as hell. I mean, why you didn't show up? If you feel that passionate about voicing your opinion and I give you the option to have the floor to say what you want to say and you don't show up, it tells me a lot about you. So all that shit you comment in the section, now we know you really caca. Not Lady Gaga, you caca. Just telling it like it is. And the cars are starting to roll out on the track. It looks like we have a McLaren leading the way to enter into this Baku circuit. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm about to enjoy myself. And I'm telling you, hey, yeah, no surprise, right? No surprise. Damn right. And I'm telling you, Sylvia was my co-host in the space. She did a wonderful job co-hosting. Sometimes she does such a good job, she withdraws herself from saying what she feels, and I don't want her to do that. I don't want Sylvia to be held back, but I understand why she does it, because she also plays an administrative role, and it's a very tricky thing to do. But I really appreciate her for co-hosting that space with me. It was a good time. We enjoyed it. I will hold more spaces, trying to get used to that. It's just that I spend a lot more time here with you all, but I need to also spend some time there. And it gives you all the opportunity to come there and talk with me instead of just leaving comments. We can share verbal ideas, and I like that. I like that interaction with people. So right now we still have the Ferraris in the garage. At least that looks like Sainz is still in the garage. And yes, Charles is also still in the garage. So both Ferraris are still in the garage. They have not went down the pit lane yet to enter the track. And exactly, we don't hate them. Oh shit, and they're showing right now Sylvia with the super chat. Let's see what she has to say. They won't show up because they're full of shit. I will say it for Sylvia. They are full of shit, okay? And let me be clear when I say this, people, let me be clear. I am not casting this energy towards people that support Max or Red Bull, that support them hard, but can have a good, legitimate conversation and still talk their shit. I'm talking about people that always have to intermingle their talk with very negative or very hateful or racist speech up on another driver because of the shade of his skin, or say things that completely don't make sense. I give you the floor and you don't show up, and she's right. It's because y'all are full of shit. Big ups. Thank you much. Thank you much. And I'm telling you, it has been an all. Listen, when you get a team of people that work with you with the same type of characteristic traits to treat people fairly, to really be passionate about things, it makes it great. Sylvia, Racer X210, and Jay Starship, they have been awesome here. I couldn't have selected a better group of people, and I really appreciate everything they do, and I appreciate everybody else that always shows up here for the lives. So right now we got Norris on track. All right, we got Norris on track. Like I said, if anybody wants me to change the driver scale so you can see a different driver specs up there, let me know. I'll bring up a different driver, and we can pay more closer attention to that. Just say something in the chat, and maybe I'll catch it and I'll switch it over. It doesn't do as much as it does on race day. It just kind of highlights the name. But on race day, you will see data pop up there, and we'll change it to Leclerc. And right now, you don't see much. But on race day, you will see some of that. So even on finale lap, if you want to see that information, let me know and I'll change it there. Norris right now, of course, green in sectors. Everybody's going to be pretty much green in sectors. It's their first time running up these sectors, so we're not going to be surprised in that. What I do want to know is who's going to be the first one to have an incident. All right. And let me ask you this. Is Daniel Ricciardo going to have a seat? A matter of fact, I'm polling it. I'm polling it right now. Right now, we said, will Red Bull let, yes, 79% said no, and that's a problem. If 79% people say no, Red Bull won't let this man compete, that's a problem. I think that's a very horrible thing. So then my next question is this. I have a question right now. Different team, different driver. Daniel. This is what I want to know. Poll in the chat. Don't dance on it. Just vote on it. Now, I'm going to tell you, it seems like this weekend, Alpine is a team to watch. Alpine's made some different upgrades to their side pod design. Now, we already know that Alonso was caught blocking last race, and that was very horrible. But it seems like Alpine has increased their straight line speed, and with Alonso being a good cop blocker, now having some straight line speed, that could make for Alpine to be pretty competitive, right? So I will be interested to see where Alpine ends up on the grid in qualifying. I don't really see a threat unless they make top five. If they don't make top five, I'm not concerned about it. Also, they're really big on this whole 69. 69 is a very good fair number. I see that right there. Also, they're big on this whole record that Alonso has made. Alonso now currently has the longest Formula One career in days, all right? Longest Formula One career. He beat Mick Schumacher out for the longest Formula One career. I'm not going to shade that stat. I'm not going to shade him. I'm just going to say, think about this. Alonso now has the longest career in Formula One. How does his career compare to Lewis Hamilton's career? How does his career, now being a longer career than Michael Schumacher, how does that career compare to Schumacher? So what I'm saying is, you can start younger in the sport, have a long career in the sport, but that doesn't mean that you're going to have a successful, legendary, GOAT-like career. I'm just saying, just think about that. Food for thought. Alonso, longest career. No, don't act like he's driven for a bunch of bucket-ass teams. Like, we're not going to do that. And also, a parallel to draw, he's the Crashgate champion. Who else has a faulty championship like that? Crashgate champion, and we got another champion that has a faulty thing like that. So, will Max end up like Alonso? Maybe. Will Max Verstappen's career be similar to Alonso's career in that perspective? I don't know. Russell is flying around this track. Another thing that we did see, we saw a hell of an amount of porpoising, and that shit was not very attractive from Mercedes. That was not very attractive. Right now, you got Max and Perez at 1 and 2, and I'm not surprised in that, especially when you have the Ferrari separated 3 and 5. That's not going to last long. Remember, we are only in Q1, and drivers at risk currently are Lando, which somebody said they thought Lando would be up top. Right now, he is at risk of not even making it to Q2, and we will see if that continues to happen. But right now, we have Albon, Norris, Stroll, and Crash Tiffy, and Mick Schumacher, and Bottas all in risk of not making it to Q2. That is what we have right now. Ricciardo, unexpectedly may make it. Kevin Magnussen expectedly will make it. Kevin has been doing a bit better job at Haas than Schumacher has. And that kind of surprised me a little bit. But it is what it is. I thought Schumacher was going to do a little bit better, especially when Mazepin left. I wasn't really pleased with how they got rid of Mazepin, although I don't agree with what him and his father were doing or their character either. But I thought it could have been a more ballsy move to not utilize the Russian situation with Ukraine to get rid of Mazepin. I thought Haas should have stepped up with balls and said, yo, we're tired of your dad's antics. We're tired of the fact you're really not that great of a driver. We're done with you. I thought that would have looked a lot better, but they went out the cheap way. In my opinion, they went out the cheap way. That was some cheap shit, right? Yet we have not had an incident. Of course, Gasly has cried himself a river. Cry me a river. He has cried a river because Perez signs a new extension with Red Bull, which means you don't have a home there. You don't have a home in an official brother Red Bull car. You will be on the sister team at AlphaTauri, and that is how it would go, Gasly. I know that hurt you. You did all that bullshit talking about Lewis Hamilton in a Haas car, a Williams car. You did all that gassing up, and Red Bull told you that you were not good for them. You were a blocker two, and that's as far as it looks with you being good. But once you get on the grid, you were not good enough to drive and be Max's partner, okay? So you will be at AlphaTauri sporting whatever new coat comes out for the new 2023 fashion season, which is good for you because you get clothes on discount now. So that's cool too, right? That ain't bad. That ain't a bad deal, Gasly. You get to drive Formula One and you get discount designer clothes, right? I like it. That's a good thing for you. Verstappen's on his out lap. And let's see what else is going to happen here. Leclerc, Ferrari boy jumping up. Leclerc is up there. 142. Max is right behind him with a 142.9. Sainz is right there. So right now, Max is in a Ferrari sandwich. And he also will provide the beverages, being that he has to hook up at Red Bull. So Ferrari will be able to eat very good Italian food and have something to perk them up and grow wings and just fly away. Perez right there at the 4. This is not uncommon that we've seen. This is kind of the norm that we see a mixture of Ferrari, Red Bull in the top 4 spots. What I am liking currently at this point is Joe sitting at 5. I have been wanting to see if this rookie is going to have the opportunity to really show his skills, because outside of what happened when he got 10, we haven't really seen much from him. Vettel has a lockup, goes into the runoff area, does a nice little spin, comes on out of there. We almost had our first incident. I would like to see a qualifying with no incidents. Why? Because qualifying will move a lot smoother. I remember not 2 races ago, I think we had a qualifying that I think it might have been Miami. That qualifying was long as shit with the incidents that happened. I think it was Miami. Don't quote me on that shit. But oh hell no, no whores, real cheap fuck dates. Oh no, that shit got to go. God damn, this motherfucker's in here spamming like hell. Report your ass, buddy. You're out of here. Oh yeah, what are we doing? Yep, there we go. I just reported you. You're out of there, buddy. Boom, gone. You're out of there. You're out of there. Man, we got to get rid of that thing. We can't be having people in here, shit, cheap dates and fucking, we not doing that. We're not doing that on the Wolfpack channel. Damn, where the hell did that shit come from? Thank you. Somebody remove that shit. YouTube, hop on it. Damn, you let this guy come in here spamming the hell out of my shit. But yeah, thank you. We don't want cheap dates and we don't want prostitution. We do not support that here on the Wolfpack Performance channel of any sort. No prostitution, all right? All right, so right now, let's see. We're going to end that poll. 66% of you said no. That's not very good news for it's not very good news for Daniel Ricciardo. He better pick up his pace. Right now, Max Verstappen claims 142.7. Perez 142.7. Look at this. 142.722, 142.733. That at least tells me, as these cars are set up right now, equally. Now, let's see what happens. Stewards are investigating an incident involving car 47. No shit. Give it to Haas to have an investigation during qualifying. Goddamn, Haas. But yeah, 142.722, 142.733. Ooh, with Ferrari going to 3 and 4. Now let's look down here. Russell is in 6. And then we have Hamilton at 14. And that's not something that we're not accustomed to seeing right now. Let's see. Disrespectful comments will not. Yeah, I reported that shit all day. I got them out of there. Got them out of there. Big salute. Thanks, man. Aristic. Appreciate that. Yeah, got him out of there. You're out. Like baseball. Had to get that out of there. We can't let that's fugazi. We can't even do that. So right now, damn it, Joe is back in the garage. I'm waiting to see if he's actually coming out, if they're just doing the tire thing or what they're going to be doing. Looks like they're changing the tire compounds. We only have 5 more minutes in Q1. 5 more minutes, and we have these drivers at risk. It looks like the tire whisperer is not the qualifying whisperer. Albon has had a pretty tough road ahead of him since being named the tire whisperer, and he has not been great at qualifying, nor has he been that great in the races, okay? Max has been having DRS issues, and hopefully they get that solved. Because not only do I want to see Max have a competitive car, because you need a competitive car. For some reason, people think, you know, if you can only win if you have a competitive car. That's partly true, and there is some also different truths to that you need a competitive, talented driver to be in a competitive machine to be a champion. You can put an ass driver in a competitive car and you won't see him all fucking day, him or her. And I'm waiting for the day that we do have a woman on the grid. Right there in that shot, you can tell that. Oh, and there it goes. We have our first incident. We got our yellow flag. I'm not sure. No, it's not a wreck. He's reversing. Lance Stroll is reversing back into traffic, moving. So it is a yellow flag, but the car looks to be okay. He will make it back to the pits. Doesn't look like to be any monumental damage. And this is my favorite section of the track, too. Turns 9, 10, 11, 12, my favorite section of the track. I will show that a part of that. But yeah, he comes in and locks it up, and he does hit the barriers. But fortunately for him, not at a speed that would ruin the car. Lance Stroll, definitely not having the best stroll of his life. I can tell you that shit. That's definitely not what you want to see. Let's see. Definitely hit the like button. Definitely. If you're a Lewis fan during the good times, got to be one. Facts. Stick around. Don't be a bandwagon rider. Like, it's going to be good and bad times. But, you know, I can understand people, like, want to, you know, change up, do your thing. But that's not me. Do I have other drivers I favor? Hell yeah, I do. I do favor other drivers. Daniel Ricciardo was one of the drivers I favored. Seb is definitely a driver I favored. Max was a driver I favored, still for his talent and skill, not for his characteristics or his Mad Max driving. Lewis Hamilton, definitely. Who doesn't like greatness? Russell is lightweight going to be my second favorite driver when Lewis Hamilton leaves the sport, because he will. You can't name me. Oh, we got another incident. We got a yellow flag, and it looks like, is that Stroll or Ricciardo? Oh, is that Stroll? Did the front wing finally come off? Is that Stroll? That is Lance Stroll. Now, I don't know what happened. We have our first red flag of the day. I don't know what happened, but I'm wondering if the front wing did suffer some damage and finally came off, or is this something else that caused it to come off? I'm waiting for the replay. As I was talking to you all, I looked up, I see the front wing off into the road, and now he's a little bit ways down. He's not going to make it back. The car is pulled over. We officially have our first red flag of the race. There's red flag number 1. Who's keeping track? So red flag number 1, we have it. Let's see what we got. Red flag number 1. I don't remember how many. Let's see what happened on this replay. He's coming down. He makes the turn, comes over the curb. And it does look, and boom, it's an incident. He hits another damn wall. Lance Stroll didn't learn from the first time. Took him 2 times, and now he's out of there. So his qualifying round is over. He is out of there. He's done. So we got our first red flag, courtesy of Lance Stroll. Thank you very much, Stroll, for delaying our qualifying event. So here we go. There we go. Lance Stroll, first red flag of the qualifying. Now we are on hold with only 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in Q1. He manages, but looks like they're going to be able to pull him off fairly easy. We got an Alfa Romeo. I would like a very good shot of the Alfa Romeo car right now if they could provide that. I really like the livery that they have come out with here at Baku. Those cars are going with fans on. Computers are probably going to go up for Valtteri. They're going to wheel it into the garage. They are done for right now. Right now, drivers at risk are Albon, Bottas, Latifi, Stroll is out of there, and Schumacher is still sitting at the bottom like a catfish waiting to be caught. That is what we got right now, people. That is what we have. He's definitely out of there. So as it sits right now, same thing. We got Ferrari Red Bull mixer. Clap it up for Stroll, y'all. Good job, Stroll. Awesome. Awesome job, buddy. What a way to like really delay Q1. You couldn't even wait to qualify Q2 or Q3. You had to do it first out. I guess if you're not first last, Ricky Bobby. So let's put this Stroll. Let's put this in here. I want to ask you this. I'm going to ask you this. Poll in the chat. Don't dance on it. Just vote on it. So right now, Seb is by himself. Oh, Ben, Xbox Fortress. We got popcorn, y'all. Ben bought popcorn. Big shout out to Ben. Now, Ben, thank you for doing a sticker like that. Ben is earning his points towards his VIP box. But what I am going to say is this. See how Ben has 149? That will be rounded up to 150. All right, I round up. So if you do 199, I'll round it up to 2. If you do $99, I round it up to 100. So and Massacre being the person to supply the biggest one-time super sticker at $100 not too long ago in our last finale lap. Awesome time. But yeah, Stroll is out of there. Seb is by himself. So Seb will have to hold it down for Aston Martin with the superior draws he has, you know. Seb wears those designer draws. You know, he got those, what do they call them, damn? Who makes those damn draws? I always see them on a commercial. Damn, what's the name of that company? They got like ice cream patterns. They supposed to be all, oh, Tommy John draws. Matter of fact, Tommy John draws should hit Seb up and let him model the draws. He did a phenomenal job modeling those underwear. So, you know, hey, I'm just saying, trying to get Seb a little bit more sponsorship money. Hit my boy Seb up, Tommy John. Give him a chance. Lance is better than Max. Shit, at crashing, it seems like. At crashing, Stroll does seem like he better than Max. You ain't lying, Robert. That might be a real good point. Damn, he tore that motherfucker up. He didn't tear it up worse than Schumacher, though. Schumacher literally tears cars in half. Damn. Damn. Once again, if you did not see it earlier, the Baku summary, courtesy of Pirelli. See the compounds, see the circuit information there, see how many sectors. They don't list the DRS zones on here, but you do have a DRS zone on each side of those nice massive straights before you go into turn 1. And then after coming out of turn 2, you have another DRS zone there. And the track down after, I believe that's turn 19 going forward, that is where we will probably see a lot of porpoising. And that is where on practice we saw Mercedes definitely had not remedied the porpoising to the level that we may have thought they did. There's an excellent shot of those Alfa Romeo cars with that green livery. I love it. But yeah, the porpoising definitely was nauseating, like for real. And down that straight with that much speed, if it was there, it was going to come out. And those cars are creating a lot of downforce. Unfortunately, it's stalling and allowing the suspension to pick the car back up and then re-engaging back into that section and just causing that bounce. Mercedes was very horrible. Ferrari has some there, but evidently Ferrari has already had that, but they've been good at pace and driving through it. So evidently they have a bit better handle on it than Mercedes does. But also keep in mind, Mercedes is not running the Spec A. They're running their Spec B, and they're superseding beyond that, and they are not going to go backwards. I would be probably right to say if Mercedes would run the same car that they tested in Barcelona, that the picture would look different. But we have to remember, Mercedes is a real progressive organization. They are not about going backwards. They see something in this design that is going to carry them into the future. And if they are correct about that, we all have to wonder, will Mercedes sacrifice 2022 to have the next 4 or 5 years of dominance because they have brought a design that is now dialed in and nobody will be able to compete with it because the design is so much more different? Then you will have teams probably copying that design, and they themselves will have to go through the same thing that Mercedes is going through, which means you will have to put at minimum a season in the bag, which will then push Mercedes up. That is a possibility. That is something that we are looking to see happen, because there are two things that are going to happen with this design. It is going to be an epic failure, or it is going to be, well, three things. It will be an epic failure, or it will be a prolonged progression in which Lewis Hamilton will not see the fruits of that benefit, or it will be a phenomenal car in the 2023 season, and we will then see what Mercedes has been talking about this whole time. Just saying. Oh, no. Oh, fart. Massey is not Max his problem. Oh, okay. First of all, we probably don't need to worry about too much old fart grammar. That shit doesn't even make any sense. Massey is not Max his problem. Whatever you were trying to say there, great to you. Let's see. Old fart George is owning that old goat. Oh, I mean, let that slide on that. Like, that's cool. If you want old goat to Lewis Hamilton, that's fine. But he's still the fucking goat. Period. Matt, Lewis Hamilton is still the fucking GOAT. Like, you can say whatever you want to say, but I ask you this: how many championships does Max have? I'll wait. All far, since you want to answer questions, how many championships does Max Verstappen have? Tell me that in the chat. I mean, even if your fucking math is not that, I tell you what, I'll help you out. I will fucking help you out. I will help you out. Here, I'll help you out with that. This is how many championships he's got. Let me get you straight. Oh, my bad. There you go. Let's see. I'll find it for you. How many? Oh, there it is right there. There you go right there, old fart. 7-time champion to 1. To 1. To 1. But you want to know what else is funny about that? Let me tell you what else is funny about that stat. What else is funny about that stat is this. It took Max 7 seasons to get his first championship. It took Max, no, fuck that. The budget cap killed Merc winning streak. No, fuck, we're not talking about that. You want to bring this up. It took Max 7 seasons to get his first championship. How many seasons did it take Lewis Hamilton to get his first championship? Mind you, he came in at an older age than Max came in, but still the second youngest driver to win a world championship next to Sebastian Vettel. Lewis Hamilton won his in 2 seasons. Where you at? Where you at, on fart, with those answers? Where you at with those answers? Because we're talking real facts now, right? So we can talk about Lewis Hamilton being the old GOAT, but at least respect the man for the greatness that he has provided. You do realize the company he sits in, right, old fart? He sits in the company of Schumacher, of Senna, of Prost. Max ain't even fucking there yet, bro. This is what I'm saying. Like, people get in here with all these shenanigans, and then when you start talking real facts, they can't back that shit up. Do we really need to go over? Do we need a preview of the stats that Lewis Hamilton has accomplished in his career according to what Max has done? Do we really need a preview of that? Look at these stats. Driver entry records. Look at those stats. Look at these stats. Driver race win records. The only one reason why Max has that one is because he was the youngest and he got it in the same race. 103, 4, 8 times, 5 times, 15 times, 61 times. Man, y'all cut, I'm not even going into this. Y'all cut the bullshit out. My only problem is not that you like another driver. My problem is not that you support another driver. My problem is that you disrespect what another driver has accomplished in Formula One history that is clearly recognized by his peers that have also done great things. Stop playing. Max might get there one day. I hope he does. But see, that's something else that they don't look at. You are discrediting and disrespecting goals that one driver and accomplishments that Lewis Hamilton has done that Max is now trying to accomplish. So what will you then say when Max gets there? Will you say that it was only the car? Are you going to tell me that for the past 2 or 3 seasons, Max hasn't had one of the top 3 competitive cars on the grid? Is that what you're going to tell us? Yeah, I thought you would shut the hell up. I thought you would shut the hell up. You ain't said shit else since then. Because when we get to talking real facts, you can't say shit. That's why I'm saying you should just be real about it. He got his ass schooled, and that's why he shut the hell up. See, I normally don't do that, but old fart been here for a while talking that crazy shit. Like, all I'm saying is Max might one day be a great driver. He is not a great driver right now. Lewis Hamilton in this era is a great driver that we have witnessed do these things. Just pay him that respect. That's all I'm saying. Oh, you right, you a hag. You right, you a hag, bro. That's all you can say. That's all you can say. You can't say nothing else. You can't say anything factual to rebuttal anything that I just said. Sylvia, thanks for the super chat. Say something factual. Say something that has some legitimate statistics to it that prove that Max is legitimately better over his course of his career than Lewis Hamilton is and has been. Say something that is a legitimate fact. Max 40 million. Lewis Hamilton been the highest paid Formula One driver for years. And I'm glad Max got his bag. What the fuck does that mean? Have you not seen the money that Lewis Hamilton has made and is making? What does that mean? I'm great. Max got a bag. Lewis Hamilton got a bigger bag. And top paid driver. Has Lewis Hamilton not been that? Bro, you sound crazy up here. Then he go to money. That tells you right there when somebody really ain't about shit. He go to money. Lewis Hamilton got way more money. Bro, he's made way more money in the sport. Are you crazy? You sound crazy dumb. You type crazy dumb. Let me say that because your ass didn't show up to the space I held for you to verbally say whatever you had to say. And then I said come back with a statistical fact that proves that Max has done more over the course of his career than Lewis Hamilton. And he say 40 million. Lewis been making that money, bro. Oh, Fart, you just ruled yourself out. You look crazy, bro. You a fucking straight up rookie. As long as you've been watching Formula One, you just played your cards like a rookie. You just played your cards like a rookie, bro. You look crazy out here. Holler at me when Max gets 7. When he gets 7, I will salute him the same. When he gets 7, he ain't got that right now. And everybody knows the money cap goes up. That ain't saying nothing. Come on, man. Hey, you see what I'm saying? They look crazy. He will listen. Watch him. Watch him in the chat. Everybody, don't school him out. Watch old fart in the chat. He will never type anything to legitimately oppose his case. It's all gonna be shenanigans. Look, hand me up. See, that's what I'm saying. He never gonna say nothing. So now I don't have to pay attention to him, bro. I honestly, and this is what's funny, y'all. I thought that old fart gaming literally would have some smoke for me, but he ain't got shit. Now I know you ain't about shit, old fart. Have fun in the chat, bro. I'm done with you. I ain't even got to pay attention no more, bro. You look stupid right now. You look stupid. You look dumb as hell. I'm done. Next, Nate, is there any other Max fan that's as belligerently dumb as old fart that want to try me? Please do. Because I got statistical facts, and we can talk that shit all day, and I promise you, you will not hold up. You will not hold up. Everybody in this chat knows this. If it were not for the Massey scandal stimulus, Max would not have that championship, but he does. And I give him credit that he got one. But who else has that? Alonso got one. He a crash gate champion. And it took your man 7 years to get it. Lewis Hamilton got his the second year and damn near the first year. And not in the same with the same team. Now he got 7 of those things. 7. But you know, that don't mean nothing. There we go. Hey, and I'm telling y'all this. Every Max delusional fan like him, watch the dumb shit they say later on that has nothing to do with statistical data to prove their case. Watch the dumb shit that he will continue to say. Watch it. That's how belligerent. And these are the type of fans that I'm talking to. That's why I gave him the smoke. I gave him the smoke this time around to show you all that they really don't hold shit. They really ain't about shit. They really not. That's all I'm saying. And I proved it to y'all. Now he'll just talk dumb shit in the chat. Watch it. The rest of the time, that's what they do. Now I'm saying flexing. Hey, old fart, go ahead and do a super chat for $200. and earn your points towards your VIP box. You should do a super chat for $200 for all the dumb, belligerent, ignorant ass shit that you just tried to do and just obviously didn't do it. You should really do a super chat. You should pay this community to be here. Honestly, you should. We welcome you every weekend, you know, with open arms, because you probably don't like to go anywhere else. Evidently, you're here because you love us. You love Lewis Hamilton energy. And honestly, it's not even a Lewis Hamilton channel. But who's not going to salute greatness? The next great driver that comes up, I'm going to salute the shit out of them, because anybody that can do something great in a sport that they participate in is a great thing. Why would we not salute that? Why would we not salute greatness? It don't have to be, it's Lewis Hamilton now, but it's going to be somebody else eventually. And I'm going to applaud that person, because I like people that aspire to do great things in their life. I don't care what color they are. I don't care what country they come from. I don't care about that. I do care about character. I do care about integrity. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to give you credit for what you do in your craft. All right, I'm just saying, that's the type of person I am. It's other people out here that won't do that for other reasons, and those people are faulty. So right now, through this whole time that I sunned the shit out of Old Fart, I made him my little son. I sunned him. I did you like that, Old Fart. That's how I did you. That's how I did Old Fart. I said, you too little. Your mind frame too little, Old Fart. Your knowledge is too little, Old Fart. Just sit down, little baby Yoda. You sit down and learn from the Skywalker. Sit down and learn from Obi-Wan Kenobi. You too small. You too small-minded for me, bro. Your mind not even big enough to fucking compete with me on that shit. All right, so right now, listen. Big shout out to everybody. The engine not spicy. That thing mild is hell. Yeah. That spicy motor was tearing that motherfucking ass up. It was tearing that ass up before. It's mild right now though. It's a mild engine right now. You know, we gotta work that down. You know what I'm saying? But you know, when Max and Massey get done in the hotel room, maybe Massey get a job back if he get under Max's desk again, you know what I'm saying? And maybe get a job back to help Max get another championship. But legitimately, this season, Red Bull might win a legitimate championship. And I would ask that everybody, like without the scandal, because we all know it was a scandal last season. Let's just be real. That was some bullshit. Rules were broke. Shit was finagled. It was what it was. But if Max wins a legitimate championship, you got to give the man his credit for that. I'm going to give the man his credit for that. I like to see Perez get. I think right now it might be Perez's year if he keeps contending. I thought for a moment that Lando was going to have the opportunity to be better because they were showing some promise. But right now, like, you know, McLaren got some issues. We're about to get into Q2. Right there, you see your drivers that did not make it. You know, we got who's down there? All right, Magnussen is out, Albon's out, Latifi, so the whole Williams team is out. Stroll definitely out, and Schumacher doesn't make it. He is not, basically Haas is out of there, okay? That is not a great look. Schumacher definitely needs to do a better job, but he's with a team that'll tolerate that, you know what I'm saying? So they'll keep him around. But yo, let's see what happens in this next Q2. Hopefully we don't have a significant red flag that will prolong Q2. I'm looking to see what Alpine is going to do. Alpine has made it into the Q2, and I would like to see how far they actually take it, okay? As of right now, Alpine is not where I would like to see them if they are going to be this, like, if they're going to just come alive at Baku, right? If Alpine does not at least make it in the top 5, I don't even really see them as a real threat. I don't. They will float somewhere between 10 and 14 or whatever the case may be. Russell right now is at 8. Hamilton's at 10. Vettel, he's by himself and he's at 6. Pierre Gasly seeming to running pretty well. He's in 5. All right. Now Pierre Gasly sometimes you can want something for yourself that legitimately might not be good for you. Pierre Gasly might have to realize that being with Red Bull might not be the best place for him. Just like being with the Lakers is not the place for Russell Westbrook, right? His game does not translate well within the Lakers. Gasly might have a very good spot being with a team that is Red Bull-esque and with the Red Bull squad, but not in a Red Bull car where he can be himself and like take command of a team, right? Because really, Yuki is like the rookie to Gasly. Gasly is like the senior statesman there. I think Gasly should just seize this opportunity and be as competitive as he can at AlphaTauri. I'm not trying to stunt the man's growth over time. I would like to, if he wants to try to go up to a higher team and another higher team would have him, but who's going to have him? Red Bull just signed Perez to an extension. That's locked up. They got Max for damn near what? I think 2028 or some shit. As long as Stroll's dad is with Aston Martin, he's not going anywhere. Now, a seat might open up at Aston Martin, but I don't really see them wanting Gasly. Albon could potentially get that seat. Now, when you talk about Alpine, do you really want to go down? Because really doing Alpine is a backdrop to AlphaTauri, to me, in my opinion. And then you got McLaren. Maybe the seat opens up where Ricciardo gets the shoe, the boot, but then I think McLaren might look at Albon again. And Piastri is at Alpine, so they're definitely going to give him a shot. So really, it might be better for Gasly just to stay where he is. I honestly think that. Right now, we got Max making a pretty good lap, sector 1 green. So he's doing pretty good. Let's see where he's going to come up to. Max is, you know, listen, anytime that Max is on the grid, especially, that's another thing. Max... The one thing, and this was brought up in my spaces too. Somebody brought this up, and it was a very good point. The one quality or experience token that Max has over Charles is the fact that Max has battled with Lewis for several seasons, which iron sharpens iron. Max having that experience of battling with a legendary driver that is still in the living like Lewis Hamilton has made Max better. It has improved him. Max has been in those harsh situations where Charles has not. He is just getting that this season. So Max can make better decisions, although Charles has proven and Russell has proven when driving wheel to wheel with Max, they can both outdrive Max Verstappen. Russell and Charles have proven wheel to wheel they can outdrive Max. But we all know if Max gets out front, it is very hard to snatch Max back once he's out front in clean air. And that's almost any good driver. Like Charles, if it wasn't for the Ferrari failure, he would have ran away with that race. He would have ran away with it. You know what I'm saying? So that is something that just happens. And I'm gonna ask you all this. List in the chat. Tell me in the chat. Tell me the one legendary great player, driver, athlete of any sport that has went for a lifetime. Name them. Name one legendary great person that has went for a lifetime. And you got me. It doesn't happen. Every great thing does come to an end. It's just true. Look at damn Brady. His career is tapering off. It will. He should have left when he got that Super Bowl, but he didn't. He stayed, and he still played good, but it's going to taper off. Wilt Chamberlain, tapered off. Michael Jordan, tapered off. Wayne Gretzky, tapered off. Come on now. Agassiz, tapered off. Serena Williams, tapered off. Every great athlete will taper off at some point. This is not uncommon. It happens. It's just funny that people ignorantly react to it when it does happen. But that is like I said, when a giant falls or sits down, everybody feels it. When you're a little fucking ant, nobody even notices when you trip. Who in this chat has ever seen an ant trip? Please tell me. Have you ever seen an ant trip? No. They're not big enough to recognize that. So unless your career gets so big that the world starts recognizing it, even when they don't watch the sport, and you start having a decline or you start hitting the backside of your career, it's evident people notice because all eyes have been on you. That's the twin side of that token that comes when you're that fucking great. It just happens, right? So I am looking to see Russell take Mercedes into the future. And I think Hamilton is preparing Russell for that and the team because he works alongside the team. Hamilton gets his hands in working on the car with the team. And you have to think about the character of a person to know that although they're on their backside of their career, to also be helping a team to be great in the years coming, although they know they won't be there. Oh, and big shout out for the movie venture with Brad Pitt, with the director that did Top Gun Maverick. Lewis Hamilton is in his movie career entering to something else. And that's something else that a lot of other athletes don't have the ability to do. The ability to cross into other areas of future and success. The movies, like LeBron James, building the school, like Lewis Hamilton, building the Lewis Commission to help other people evolve and elevate in the sport. Not everybody can be great like that. Michael Jordan owning a team, although not the greatest owner, still being part of that team and taking it somewhere, although it's bounced in the first round, crossing over to do that. There are certain great players and great athletes that have a life beyond the sport that they were great in, and Lewis Hamilton is going to be that. And that's what makes him even more great than any of the other drivers. Oh my God, damn Vettel. Damn Vettel. You done had Stroll leave out and you do the same shit. Vettel just walled the car in a similar fashion that Stroll did. He's backing up in the same similar fashion. And now what? He's going to have to, hopefully he doesn't hit another wall and wreck his front wing. Oh, trust me, man. Trust me. Listen. None of that shit. Listen, Sylvia, none of that shit in there matters. Like, for real, they really can't bring the smoke. All the shit gonna be antics. Trust me, all of it's gonna be antics because they really don't have anything to match up to this. They really don't have anything that will match up to this. They really can't say anything about real stats that are really real. They can't say anything. These are real stats. These ain't made up stats. That's championships. These are damn driver race win records. They can't say nothing that tallies up to real ass numbers and stats. Fastest lap ever. But how many fastest laps do they both have? Add them up. And he only got that because he was the youngest driver to get a fastest lap. These are real stats that they will not be able to speak to in the chat. And these are real things that they should recognize. The only reason why they won't is the same reason why they hypocritically try to call other people blind witnesses when those are real numbers. But what I would like to say is one day when Max reaches those accomplishments, if he ever reaches those accomplishments, what then will they say when people try to say the same thing about a driver that you favor? See, that's what you got to be careful of. Because these are real things that Lewis Hamilton has done. These are real things that Schumacher did that Lewis Hamilton exceeded. Those are real things that Senna did that Lewis Hamilton is matching. Senna, great. Schumacher, great. Prost, great. Lewis Hamilton, great. Max, not yet. Lando Norris, not yet. Russell, not yet. Alonso will never be. And he's got one of the longest careers now that we know it in Formula One history. What did he accomplish? Has he accomplished like any of those three drivers? Has he accomplished anything like Lewis Hamilton, Senna, Schumacher, or Prost? No. Sebastian Vettel would be the next thing. He quadrupled wins. And that's fucking great. Seb is also in that realm, right? I'm just saying, when your driver does it, when they do it, recognize it. I salute it. But they haven't done it yet. You talking about fictitious shit. You talking about shit that don't even exist. I mean, 1, 7. Look at that. That's a big difference. Like you do have basic arithmetic math ability. I believe you can add that up. If I said I was going to give you $100 or I would give you $700, you dumbasses will probably take $100. These dumbass motherfuckers will probably take $100. Oh, I'll take the 100. Come on, man. That's how dumb you are. You'll take $100 over $700? For real? Stop it. Y'all need to stop playing with me. Y'all need to stop playing with me. Y'all count the wins. Count the championships. What do wins matter if you don't have the championships? Count the championships. Count the championships. So let me ask y'all this. Let's say you got a football team. I'm talking about European football. You got a football team that has 7 championships, 7 of those things, 7 World Cups. You got another team that got 1 World Cup and is coupled with a scandal. You're coming in as an owner. Are you going to buy that one team that has 1 World Cup or the team that has 7 World Cups? I just want to know. I just want to know which team you buying. Are you as an owner that's going to invest your money into a team with 7 World Cups or a team with 1 World Cup? I just want to know. It's simple shit. Like, right. It's like, don't listen, they know they full of shit. They know this. They don't have any real data to back anything they talk. As a matter of fact, I'm going to start calling them hanky poos. Hanky poos. Y'all going to be hanky poos. Hanky doo. So right now, Q2, drivers at risk. Drivers at risk. This is what we got. Drivers at risk. All right, we're going to see what happens. Right now, we got Lando Norris at risk. Hamilton is at risk. Ocon is at risk. Ricciardo, Lando Norris just crawled out of being at risk. Ricciardo's at risk. And the entire Alfa Romeo team is at risk. That's who's at risk of not making it to Q3. All right. And right now remaining, we have 2 minutes and 27 seconds counting down of Q2 before we go into Q3. Hopefully we do not get a red flag. So hopefully a red flag does not happen. Hopefully that does not happen. Ah, damn. Charles scraped the wall. But listen, really, if you're not getting close to that wall, you're not trying to get the most of the track. And I think, you know, he got close. That was close as shit. And he drove the hell out of that car. That was pretty damn good. That was pretty good. Max didn't get as close. Oh, but Max hit that back. He hit the back wall coming out with the rear tire coming out of there. So Charles hit the front. Lewis hits the back. We're going to see how this plays out. It's very, and this is my favorite section of the track where these drivers are having a difficult time. And it's only my favorite section because I like challenges. Like, I like challenges. So my favorite section of the track is that, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. And right now, we're going to see what happens. We got a yellow flag. I don't know why the yellow flag is happening just yet, but we will see. And that's another thing. If these drivers, if the teams can align their drivers to where they come down that straight, they will allow each other, one of the two drivers, to have a toe, which could benefit them, right? And we saw Hamilton do that in one of the practices, and that toe is serious down that straight. Like, that toe really is serious. Like, it gives you some extra mile an hour, kilometers an hour on that car. So it would be interesting to see how that works, especially in a race environment. So we're going to see how that happens. Big shout out, Walter Shavers. 10, let's see, Lewis has 7, should be 8, and not one of them was a crash gate or a crash human error. Big fucking facts. Big ass facts. Big facts. Hey, anything else with all the antics, I'm not even seeing it. If it don't come in the form of a super chat, I'm not even paying attention to it, because that's big facts. Add them up. Appreciate you. Big shout out. See, I got people that back it up, that put the walk to the talk. They put the money to the squawk. Y'all maxi pad fans, y'all don't do that. Y'all maxi pad tampon fans, y'all don't do that. Y'all don't walk and talk. Cause I'm gonna tell you right now, y'all, everybody here, I invited all the Max shit talking fans that sit here talking crazy shit right now. I invited them to social media so they could talk with me, verbal talk to talk. And guess what? None of them motherfuckers showed up cause y'all lame as hell. None of y'all showed up because y'all lame as hell. That's for real. None of y'all showed up. It's like I said, yo, 5 o'clock, meet me in the street. Let's go. And guess what? 1800 came, nobody showed up. 1900 came, nobody showed up. That's the type of y'all chicken shit as hell, for real. I won't even pay attention to none of the shit in the chat no more right now doing this live because it ain't even pointless because I seen what they about. They didn't show up when I invited them. I held a space for them. They didn't show up. They don't have no real statistical facts right here in the chat. You're not going to see them say anything backed by statistics and real accomplishments because they can't, for one. They're not going to say anything legitimate. The only thing they're going to say is they're going to try to disrespect Lewis Hamilton or you. That's the only thing they really got. That's all they got. And that, oh my gosh, Clint Diaz, are you fucking blind or just dumb as hell? Are they dumb? Just accept the fact that Max overtook him in the final hour. So let me ask you this: does Max overtake Lewis Hamilton? One, if the Jesus of defense don't help him close that 10 to 14 second gap. 2, does he overtake Lewis Hamilton if they properly initiate the damn lapping of cars, which we already know they didn't. The man got fired for it, so we know it wasn't right. And 3, does he have that opportunity without the Massey scandal? No. The answer is no. It don't happen. Like, come on, man. I can tell that you probably the person that ain't never been competitive in your damn life. You probably have never been competitive. Oh, my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. Oh wow. Yo, y'all. Do y'all see the amount of ignorance? Do y'all see the amount of ignorance? Oh my gosh. See, that's what I'm saying. Mr. Barrington. Okay, crash strapping. Max foot strapping. Staffing fad, maxi pad having. I could do the same shit, but listen, you know what you can't do? This is what you cannot do. And I'll do it over and over again. This is what you cannot do. I will show you something you can't do. And if you can do it, do it. Here you go. Here you go. Can you do this? Can you come up with any more championships than that? Okay. Can you do this? Can you come up with any more entry race records than that? Okay. Well, no, you can't. Can you do this? Race wins record. 1, 103, 4, 8 times, 5 times, 15 times, 61 times. Y'all can't do that. You can't do that. You too small. You too small. You too small. You small. You little. You little. You little. And you kind of had a cool name too. Clint Diaz sound like a cool name. That sound like a name that like could be like Sergio Checo Perez, but you got Clint Diaz and then you come in this motherfucker lame as hell. Oh, yeah, Perez, the Minister of Defense, he did his thing. Perez did his thing for Max. If it wasn't for that, Max wouldn't have got close, and then he still got gapped. And then it took the whole debacle and scandal that everybody knows about in order for Max to have an opportunity to win. Without that, it wouldn't have happened. But it did happen, and Max got his championship. And that's why he got 1-7. Give him his credit. He got his championship. Hopefully he repeats this season. I think Max has a legitimate opportunity to win a valid championship this season, so long as no bullshit happens. And I'm going to give him full credit for that, regardless of who it is. It might be Perez, honestly. It could be Perez. One thing we do know is not going to be Mercedes this season with everything they have going on, but it can only be one. And we've had one driver win 7 and one driver win 1. As a matter of fact, you would need maxi pad crash strapping, you would need Crashgate Alonso, and you would need Sebastian Vettel in order to even tally up to the championships that Lewis Hamilton got. You need 3 fucking drivers? You need 3 drivers to make the amount of championships that one driver in Lewis Hamilton has. That shows you enough that you should have some respect for the sport. See, you people that disrespect a man that's earned his right, that's earned those championships, that's proven that he's been driving since fucking remote control cars, since go-karts. He's been driving great since then. What you just going to erase all that? It shows you don't have no respect for the sport. And it also shows that not only might you be biased to a fault, you also might be you might be. I ain't gonna say it. I'm just saying you might be, because I would like to know how you would disrespect Lewis Hamilton but not disrespect Schumacher. How you would disrespect Lewis Hamilton but not disrespect Senna. How you would disrespect Lewis Hamilton but not disrespect Prost. I just want to know that, because those are the drivers that Lewis Hamilton sits in company with, while Max Verstappen does not. Max Verstappen sits in company with Alonso. He don't even sit in company with Sebastian Vettel. He sits in company with Alonso, like for real. That's his company. That's it. And the only reason why he's listed on any record is because he was just young when he did it. And 3 of those records came by way of the same fucking race. Although Max has the record, won over being the youngest driver to have a fastest lap. That's the only reason why he has that record. Does he have more fastest laps than Lewis Hamilton? No. But will he? He might. He might. He might one day get that. He might one day get that. He might one day get that. But as for that, I'm done on that topic, because Senna is not the greatest. He is not the greatest, but he is one of the greats. But he is not the greatest. And that's just a statistical fact. Senna is not the greatest, but he is one of the greats. That's a fact. Senna is one of the greats. Prost is one of the greats. Schumacher is one of the greats. And I would argue, if anybody else would say something, Vettel is one of the great drivers, because, the youngest to quadruple, and he's the youngest to ever win it. Lewis Hamilton is second youngest to win it. I want to say Alonso's third and Max is fourth. I want to say that. See, but I'm going off statistical data. Y'all don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Senna was a GOAT. Lewis Hamilton is the current GOAT. That's just a fact. But you all will try to say anything to disrespect Lewis Hamilton. I feel you. It really bugs you, don't it? It really bug you. It really bug you that a motherfucker that might look like this is great. One, it might bug you that somebody that carries himself like Lewis Hamilton as a savant and somebody who does bigger things is a 7-time world champion. Shit. It bugs the hell out of y'all. Y'all be mad as hell. Y'all be mad. Y'all mad. Y'all haters. Y'all be hating on that man. All right, so let's see what's going to happen. Q3 is going to start soon. Cars are in the garage. Honestly, I'm thinking it's going to be a mixture between Red Bull and Ferrari. It's definitely going to be on that front row. There's definitely going to be something to happen. Hey, I think Charles right now is looking back at Imola and regretting the fact that he didn't take a Prost approach. And I say the Prost approach because, and also Lewis Hamilton, very good at this. They know when and when not to risk something. And Charles clearly had a strong hold on double-digit points that if right now he might still be in the world championship lead. Maybe. I think he would. And I think he looks back because that was an error that he pushed that clearly was all on him. You know what I'm saying? And I hated that it happened to him, but it did. But I think that also helped mature him. I think now Charles knows, like, yo, it's certain opportunities where I know I don't need to really risk the championship. It's not about this race. It's not about getting first in this race. I'm in the lead and let me secure that. And I always say this, offense puts up the points to win the games. Defense secures the game in the bag. That's what they do. If you don't have a defense that's going to keep another team from scoring equal points, you at risk all the time. But the best teams have a great offense and a solid defense. You got to have that. And these drivers have to play both. And Charles did not play good defense back in Imola. He didn't play good defense. He played bad defense, and it cost him. That's something that Perez is also good with. Perez is phenomenal. He is phenomenal at defending. He is phenomenal, not like Alonso. Alonso just a cop blocker. Perez is phenomenal. The exhibition, that wheel-to-wheel action that we saw with Perez and Hamilton and Abu Dhabi was one of the best things in that season that I saw. Like, that was fucking great. That was awesome. That was some awesome driving. Perez has the ability to be a good driver, a great driver maybe, but he has to get his championship to even start that road, right? Max has started that road because he's got one, although it does have an asterisk, and we just being real about that. That's an asterisk championship, no matter what driver that was. Even if roles were reversed, right? If Lewis Hamilton had been gifted that championship in the same fashion that Max would have been, I would have still been pissed because I don't like to see shit like that. Like, that still would have been an asterisk. So he would have had an 8th championship that would have had an asterisk attached to it. But Max is the one who got it, and it's got an asterisk. Let's just be real. These are real things. If Max repeats this year, he's going to be on his way. Because Max has several more years that he will have in the sport with a competitive team that is giving him a competitive fast car. Obviously, you need that, right? Are y'all going to say that Max is not good? It's only the car. Like y'all dumbasses say, Lewis Hamilton is only the car. Come on with that bullshit. Like, you talk dumb shit that really is disrespecting your own driver and you don't realize it. Like, it's crazy. But we're going to see what happens. Lando Norris. Will McLaren get their shit together to give Lando a car where we will see if his talents can take the car further? We'll see. Right now, it's not happening, but we'll see what happens. Russell's going to be somebody else. Russell clearly, to me, has the talent and the ability. And another thing Russell has over the rest of his contemporaries that they will not have, aside from Albon, Gasly, Latifi, is the fact that he's been in a car that has been subpar to the point where it gives you a bit of experience on how to handle some shit. And then when you get in a very good competitive car, it adds a certain element to that driver that you might not have, right? And that's something that Russell will have. And we'll see if Russell also can be one of those drivers that can start leading a career that might be great. We'll see. I don't know yet. It doesn't, until it happens, it ain't happened. Do you hear what I said? Until it happens, it ain't happened. Until it happens, it ain't happened. Until it happens, everything that you say is hypothetical, means it ain't real. Everything you say is fictitious, which means it ain't real. Everything you say is woulda, shoulda, coulda, which means it ain't. It ain't happened. But we will see if it happens. Charles is also somebody who is in a position that could go on a run. We all know Ferrari is that damn golden child team of Formula One. We know this. And they came out swinging this season. They came out swinging. Ferrari came out swinging. But we all know in Formula One, standing still ain't going forward. It's only getting past. You got to keep moving forward. So we'll see if Ferrari's going to bounce back. They got to make sure they give Charles a car that is not going to be unreliable, that is going to be reliable. We're 7 minutes and 26 seconds in Q3. And right now, Sainz is running the best. Sainz is up. Let me see what y'all said on this poll. Stroll, no, you're exactly right. Stroll will not have a job. Right now we got the Ferrari boys 1 and 2. Ferrari boys are 1 and 2. I know a lot of y'all were hoping that Hamilton would get cut off, but he made it to Q3. So joke's on you. He made it to Q3. Russell also is up there 6, and this is where Mercedes has been living thus far. So let's see. I want to ask you this. I gotta cut an acre a yard and a little have a front row lockout. Cut my grass. I love my grass. I love it. I love my grass. All right, poll in the chat. Don't dance on it. Just vote on it. All right, so we got a replay. Yeah, that's funny, right? But ain't nobody saying nothing about that. They won't say nothing about that shit. They won't say nothing like, oh, why is Max getting schooled by Perez? Max is getting schooled by Perez. Max has been getting schooled by Perez the last 3 races, but they won't say that. They won't say that. They're going to say something like, oh, but it hasn't been 6 or 7 races in a row. Oh, my gosh. Y'all be the ones with the excuses. Excuses are like assholes. Everybody's got one. Perez is outperforming Max. Y'all going to say something about that? Y'all gonna say something about Sainz outperforming Charles? This shit happens. It happens all across the grid, but you only focus on Lewis Hamilton because he's great. Just admit it. You really love him. You really addicted to him. You really adore him. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know it's mentally proven? Who is this? Sergio Perez. Woo! Perez got close to that wall, y'all. It is proven that in order to hate or be jealous of someone or something, you first have to admire or have a liking to it. Did you know that? Because it only shows a lack of that you have or possess. That's real psychology. If you went to college and you at least have 1 degree, you would know that. Just saying. Just saying. I mean, I got 2, but I'm just saying that's something that's real. So if you had psychology and you actually took those courses and you got a college education and you got a college degree, those are concepts and dynamics that you should be well aware of. That if you hate something or somebody, you have to first admire something about them. Usually it's the old Cain and Abel concept, right? So old Cain hated Abel because he was most liked, he was most adored. He hated him because he wanted what he had. He admired the treatment that Abel got. And in the end, it caused the demise of Cain by killing Abel. But that's how hate works. So just to let you know, Wolfpack got some, something under this cap. Just saying. But hey, just saying. Right now, cars are in the garage. 4 minutes, 20-something second countdown. We're going to see where this is going to be locked in. We're on camera with Lewis Hamilton as they are showing something that happened over the radio. Oh, yeah, the car is bottoming out. You can hear that, and you could hear that in practice. The car was bottoming out bad in practice. The porpoising was fucking horrible in practice. I was like, shit. I hope you didn't eat before you got in that car, Hamilton, because you might be nauseated. I'm just saying, that shit was all over the place. That's not a good situation either. You want a good mix where the suspension is just right, where that downforce is being applied, and the car can remain in a zone where downforce is being constantly applied but not reaching stall. And what's happening is it's bottoming out, stalling, and it just so looks like Red Bull is getting ready to come out. Of course, they got the softs on. This is where all the marbles. This is the line right here. This is it. All right, we're about to see what happens. I'm going to take this question right here because I take some, but usually I do it by super chat. It says, what do you think about the Max father had to say about Perez winning the race? And it should have been, I think it was, listen, what Josh said when Perez, the team member of Red Bull, when Perez, honestly, he should have got the shit back the first time they scammed him in Barcelona. And then he gets to Monaco and he gets a race that he tremendously earned. And you go on social media and cloud and shade that shit with bullshit about, oh, the car not right for Max. You wasn't saying that shit when Max was winning. You should not have shade. That's the type of characteristics and the integrity that I say about people that I can't dig. Max and his dad got that type of integrity and characteristics, and that's bullshit. That was horrible. I didn't see Perez's dad doing that when Max was winning, and they called for his son to be called back instead of letting him get what he earned the same week he had a baby. I ain't see Perez's dad doing that shit. See, but y'all don't say nothing about that. The Max delusional fans don't say anything about that. But yeah, thanks for bringing that up. You damn right. Max's dad looked like a dumbass. He looked like a jackass when he said that. And he was completely right when he said he couldn't be objective. And when he said he couldn't be objective, he should have then realized he shouldn't have said shit. That dude is responsible for defending against Lewis Hamilton in order to close the gap in which your son let go again until the massive stimulus. Perez is going to be the best teammate. Why do you think Red Bull signed him? Red Bull signed him because they know goddamn well if Perez is on the free open market, not only will they have to worry about Mercedes getting a driver that can obviously beat Max in a good car, but they will have to worry about Ferrari getting Perez that can beat Max in a good car. They played defense by signing Perez to that extension, by keeping him from going somewhere else. Hopefully, one, not to compete against Max, and two, if Perez is going to be that dude, he's that dude for Red Bull. So yeah, that's just real facts. That's real facts. So here we go. I'm just seeing how these numbers going to line up. We got Charles on a hot lap. He's going down. I love it. Let's see what happens. Charles, I'm hoping this is my favorite part of the fucking track. I love turns 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I love them. I love the way they work uphill. They're very challenging. A constant little change of direction. I love it. I love it. So we're going to see right here. I think we're on board with Charles. Let's see what time he right now. We got 141.3 is the time to beat in order to get that pole position. Let's see what damn, Verstappen's on a nice little lap too. Verstappen's on a nice little lap. Perez is on a nice little lap. Perez is on a nice little lap. 17 seconds remaining. Let's see what happens. Remember, I don't think we're going to be popping this bottle of the ball, but anything can happen. Oh, shit. Can Red Bull do something about it? Can Max do something about this? Let's see. Let's see what he does. Oh, Max comes up to number 2. Oh, Perez sneaks him. Perez sneaks him out. Can Max do something? Come on, let's see what happens. Let's see. Max might get it back. Can Max get it back? Can Max get it back? No, I don't think he get it back. Oh my gosh. Now, I would like to know where's Alonso? Well, let's see. Alonso 10. Alonso 10. Vettel 9. Tsunoda 8. Lewis Hamilton 7. Gasly 6. Russell 5. Sainz 4. Max Verstappen 3. Perez 2. Perez outperforms Max yet again. Yet again. Are y'all going to say something about that? Are y'all going to say anything about Perez schooling Max? Anybody want to say that? Oh, Perez. Damn right. Give Perez his credit. Perez been balling. Perez has been on a roll. I also heard an interesting dynamic, and I don't know how true this is. It was mentioned in my Twitter spaces, but I thought it was an interesting point. Will Red Bull take comfort in knowing that Perez is outperforming Max very close to the world championship points, not far back? Will they then say, you know what? Perez might be our number one driver, and we might need to put a little bit more stock in Perez over Max because he's out driving Max. He's out driving anybody wheel to wheel right now. And somebody mentioned about him being the first Mexican world champion. They mentioned that in the space. That's how they put it. I'm saying it how they said it. And I thought that was an interesting perspective. Could be possible. We'll see. But as of right now, Perez is schooling the shit out of Max, and y'all not saying the same thing. And that's what I mean by keeping the same energy. Just like Charles went up and jumped over Sainz, just like y'all want to keep saying about Russell schooling Hamilton, Perez is schooling Max. Why you not saying that? Because you lame as fuck. That's all. But anyway, there you go. There's our row. That's what we got going on. 62% said no to Ferrari having a front row lockout, and you were right. Ferrari did not have a front row lockout, but Ferrari did get pole with Charles. Perez did outdrive Max for number 2, but I will say this: Red Bull being 2 and 3 is a very dangerous spot for Sainz. That is a lot for him to get through. Now, we could possibly see the same thing we saw before Charles had the failure in Monaco, where he was just, I think it was Monaco, but when he was just out there, nobody was there to haul him back. If Charles gets out there with no technical issues, with no functional issues, Charles could reclaim the championship. Perez, if he comes in second or first, could hop up in that championship fight for real, for real. This is an interesting dynamic. It doesn't give me the full 3 or 4 team fight that I was hoping to see this season, but there is an interesting dynamic of these 4 drivers being in a constant battle, with Perez finally getting up there, right? Perez, with these 3 drivers really technically in points. We got Max, we got Charles, and now Perez. This could be anybody's game by round 10. We could see a totally different shift in this world championship standing, and I like that. That is some cool shit. That is a cool thing going on. I like what I'm seeing. Now, Helmut Marko with the bullshit he was talking about Lando Norris, Max, and damn Charles only being that, he gonna have to eat more words. Helmut Marko says a lot of dumb shit, and Perez is showing everybody, don't count me out. Perez is showing y'all might have thought I was going to be the Red Bull yes man, but Perez might be sticking true to his heritage, not only in boxing, not only in soccer, but Perez might be saying, I'm about to bring my Mexican heritage here, and I'm about to show y'all I'm not fucking laying down for nobody. It's my time. I think I can win this world championship, and I'm going to do it. If we see Perez... Now, last time Perez got orders, he voiced it over radio that he did not care for that shit. He voiced it over radio that he did not care for it. If we see Perez get orders and Perez says fuck no and still does what he wants to do, that then right there is going to be your clear indication that Perez is telling Red Bull, either I'm a fucking number one or you kiss my ass and I'm going to do what I want to do. And then what will Red Bull do? I mean, they got 2 competitive ass drivers. Right now, Red Bull has, on paper and statistically proven, like that's what we got to go by. Red Bull has the best 1 and 2 driver combination right now, as it is statistically proving itself. Now, if you want to talk about opinions, people have the opinion that Mercedes has the best driver coupling with Russell and Hamilton. But as far as performance and showing in statistics, they're not that. They're not that. Right now, Red Bull, to me, have the best coupling when it comes to putting proof in the pudding. And then second would have to be Ferrari, because they're showing that. Mercedes is third in constructors, so you got to wonder, like, hey, you have to do good as a team to get constructor championships. You need both drivers to be competitive, and you need both drivers to place consistently above top 5 to get that. So we got to pay respect where respect is due. Ferrari is not laying down. They are doing what they got to do. Trust me, you will always see all the bullshit that you want to see, you will see that. But what you will never see these people do in the chat is you will never, ever be able to see them do this right now. You won't be able to see them do this. You won't be able to show you, they won't be able to show you numbers like that. They can come up with all the nicknames, but the thing is, we can come up with nicknames in the fact that you are lagging in real Formula One accomplishments. We can really do that. See, you can do all the shit in the chat, but you can't do this. You can't do that. You can't do none of that. That's all I'm saying is you can't do that. You can't do that like I can. You just can't do it. And the thing is, you have to put 7 on anything that you put there. You got to put 7 times something. Think about that. You have to admit that he has 7 world championships to 1 or to 2 or to 4. You got to admit that. It's just funny. Y'all funny as hell, man. Oh, my goodness. But Perez doing his thing. I'm happy for him. His dad seems to have a wonderful personality, too, man. His dad is really proud, and his dad should be proud. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's an awesome thing to see that, and it's an awesome thing to also see a dad that doesn't shade another driver when their son doesn't win. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are certain dads like Anthony Hamilton who can see his son get fucking cheated and scandaled, but still go to the garage and congratulate Max and his dad in warming arms. Like so, because those are characteristics that a lot of people don't possess. Like some of you motherfuckers in the chat, y'all don't possess characteristics like that. Y'all lame as hell. You probably weak as shit. That's cool. And you really don't have any statistical data to prove your fodder, because it's just fodder. It's just like fodder. Like when I pop this bottle, you're the pop. Like nobody worries about where the top fucking went. That's you. You're the top of the bottle. Nobody gives a shit about it. Like it pops off and nobody's looking for it. They want the bottle. That's what they want. They want what's in the bottle. Oh shit. Got a super chat. Who is it from? Robert Ravelli. Hold on, B. Let's say he says, funny how after 7 world championships and being the #1 driver consecutively, the best ham haters can say is he's getting out qualified. Lewis is a legend. Robert, that's all they can say. But listen, they traumatized, man. They're traumatized, and they didn't have to be. They're only traumatized because they chose to hate somebody for reasons obviously that are not related to being good in their sport. And now that they see that they're on the backside of their career, they feel like, oh, I don't have to get beat. I don't have to look at this man win anymore. Think about the personality of somebody who says, I don't have to see anybody win anymore. You know that they ain't did shit in their life. You know they probably haven't done shit in their life, man. Like, you can't be worried about them people. I respond to them because I'm the type of person, like, I never back down to a challenge, and I'll always at least try to do something to let people know they exist. Like, some of these people that leave hating comments, maybe that day they felt like nobody saw them. Like maybe they didn't mean nothing to nobody. And at least if I respond to their comment, like in the quarterly keyboard, they feel like, hey, somebody does realize I'm alive on this planet. And you know, it's like a good thing. It's like a charity work sometimes. That's all. It's like charity work. They know they can't see this shit. Like, you know, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like, if you had a poster of Max's shit up there, you would just have 1 with a bunch of blank ass paper. I'm just saying. Like, come on, y'all. Ben Xbox, Super Chad. Perez did good job, knocked down the crash strapping. Mercedes did well too. Be so high. That's true. Hope for the podium tomorrow. Hey, man. Big shout out to Ben for the super chat. I appreciate that. Big shout out. Ben has been earning his points towards his VIP box. He been here. He been putting in his time. He is Wolfpack fam as all of you others. But I just also got to salute people that do what Ben just did, what Sylvia did, what Robert do, what Walter does, what all the other people have done. I salute them with eventually awarding them something. I'm the type of content creator that gives back to my fam. That's what I like to do. Big shout out, Ben. I really appreciate you, man. So listen, we're going to be here for finale lap tomorrow after the race. We're going to be here tomorrow after the race for finale lap. Do not miss it. We're going to be here doing all the same talking shit, except it's going to be game time. You know, I'm going to have hella notes. We're going to talk about the race. We're going to talk about drivers. We're going to talk about incidences. We're going to have a good ass time. And I don't know if I'm going to be popping this bottle, but if not, it will be on hold. But you never know what else we're going to see. There are other great things that can happen. We might see Perez get it. Max might get it. Charles might finally get another first place to put him right back where he lost. Maybe Carlos comes alive. Maybe a turn of events happen and we see Russell or Hamilton climb into the top three. You never know. But we're gonna see, and we will talk about Robert. Another one, super chat. Robert clowning on you, fucking maxi fan pad haters. Lewis has nothing else to prove. That's a fact. The only one that actually has to prove anything is George, and that's a fact. And good for him for doing so. And I would like to also credit George with his character and his demeanor when he does these interviews. George carries himself that of like Lewis Hamilton-esque when he's in front of the camera, right? And that means a lot if you plan to be one day a legend, because people will also talk about your shitty character, although you were a legend. People will also talk about your shitty integrity when you are a legend. Just like Schumacher, but people also talk about how he ran people off the road and they act like he don't remember that shit. Like Schumacher, you just ran Damon Hill off the road. You don't remember that? No, I don't remember that shit. I don't remember putting my feet on Eddie's couch. I didn't do that. Yeah, I did put my feet on Eddie's couch. He can buy another one. That's the type of shit Schumacher did, but Massacre. I was telling y'all about Massacre. I just gave you credit earlier. Big shout out for the super chat. Massacre, let me give you your super chat fingers, and then I'm going to go ahead and give you your props, good sir. Big balling on y'all. Big balling on you maxi fan ass, hating ass, Lewis Hamilton, no stat having ass people. Let me read his super chat. And it says, Lewis will forever be etched in history. Fact. Both culturally important and incredible records. That is a fact. Especially as years pass, Senna, etc. And Senna is a great. Don't have their haters anymore. Hey, that is a very good point. Don't have that is very true. You haters have an expiration date. Like when people view this in history, the hate will soon dwindle off because the hate has to succumb to real facts. Big point right there. Hamilton will forever be in the history books. Max might be there one day. That is a fact. But Lewis is. This is by far one of the best objective super chats in today's chat because he gives credit to Max for what he may be, because it is potentially what Max may be, and that is true. But he gives credit to what Lewis Hamilton has accomplished already. Lewis Hamilton already has done this. Only thing that can happen is he gets more. It's like extra cherries on top of your sundae. You really don't need them, and they just start wearing down the whipped cream, but he's done it. And he gives credit to another great in Senna who has done it and sits in company with Lewis. Massacre. That by far is one of the best super chats. That's one of the top super chats that I've seen here. And I've seen some good ones by Walter. I've seen some good ones by Robert. I've seen some great super chats. And that is definitely a memorable one. I really appreciate that super chat. And I appreciate you earning more points toward your VIP box, sir. Actually, yeah, you damn near close. I wasn't supposed to say no names, but Mesker is damn near close to getting his VIP box. I'm just putting it out there. So, everybody, I will see you tomorrow. I have to go cut an acre of grass. Old Fart has to go sit in the corner because I sunned the shit out of him. If nobody was here earlier, I sunned the shit out of Old Fart. Old Fart was my motherfucking puppet. He's like a puppet. I put my hand right there, was like, yes, I'm ignorant and I'm done and I don't have any stats to prove that Max is better than Lewis Hamilton. That's how I did Old Fart. I clowned the shit out of Old Fart's ass. Old Fart, you was by far my puppet. I put you in my pocket and sat on your ass. Like, for real, you was like, I sunned your ass, Old Fart. I ain't gonna lie. That was the highlight of the day. Like, thanks for being a martyr, Old Fart. Thanks for stepping up and getting executed in the comment section, because I sniped your ass. With that being said, Old Fart got sniped, and we're gonna see y'all tomorrow for finale lap. I appreciate all y'all that show love in the chat, that show love with the channel, that share the channel. Sylvia, my moderators. Damn, Jay Starship, my moderator. Racer2X210, my moderator. Everybody else, peace and love. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. Remember, today is here, tomorrow's not promised. Live it great. Peace.